Hey YouTube, it's Jay Elizabeth, and I'm here with a video again. I've been going live every day since the beginning of February. And there's my child, my other child. We are on a road trip, and I'll talk about that tomorrow when I get there. But hold on. Whew. But um, Today I want to talk about loneliness because yesterday I did not touch on it at all, and it's a problem considering I think a lot of people will fall into a trap of trying to please people or sticking around people that don't fit their or aren't anywhere close to or in the realm of what they desire to be, just for the sake of loneliness, like just to hold themselves back. Well, it does hold you back if you're staying around those type of people, and just to stay comfortable, if you will. So now that you know that, is it worth your time feeling like you'll be lonely if you'll be successful? Like, I know there's this rumor going around like it's lonely at the top, etc., etc., but there are many ways that you can finagle that. When you're at the top, you know who loves and supports you. You can know who loves and supports you at any level, whether you consider yourself at the top or whether you consider yourself at the bottom. But because that's just a matter of discernment. But to almost curse yourself to feeling like you'll be lonely if you get successful, because I know that's a normal thing to say, but now that you realize you're in charge, to curse yourself and say you'll be lonely if you grow any further, to say if you'll be lonely if you get any if you get success, or to say that you're overqualified, or to be in circles that you're overqualified for because you're afraid to jump to the new circles because you don't feel like you're enough, or you don't feel like they'll take latch on to you like the old people did, is self-sabotage. I think the best thing, one of the things you can do, it's not like the best thing in the world, but one of the things you can do is evaluate your standards. Because for me personally, when I was lonely, I used to make it a top priority to set standards for the people that I was around, that I allowed into my space. And they didn't have to be any type of certain anything, like they didn't have to work a certain job or anything like that, but they had to be going in a certain direction, or at least fantasizing about it. Maybe they weren't moving, but they felt like they could get there, because that was me. So, but I will hold them to a higher standard than I held myself. And that kept me lonely. It kept me around people who felt like I was just so great, and that would like big my head up and would make me feel like I was doing enough. But then I would push them. I would see something that they're not doing and kind of like push them. And that would create distance between us, make them kind of want to like back off from me. But also, sometimes it did help them. When you're lonely, it's more so a you thing. It's always a you thing, honestly. Everything that you experience is a you thing. But you got to see yourself at the center of your life. And if I would have set those standards for myself, I never I never would have been lonely. If I was like, I need to go in this direction, I need to be doing this. For example, I just had a session, and while I was meditating, I realized like I really need to be singing. And someone was telling me, sing. And I was like, I don't like being told what to do. Even though I did get that guidance, I want to do it on my own time, on my own terms. But at the end of the day, that person was pushing me because they had to push they needed to be pushing themselves. And in that same breath, I took offense to it, but that person was right. I do need to be doing. Everybody needs to know that they have something that they need to do, and they should be doing it. And the thing about doing what you need to do is there are other people always participating in their life. Remember, there are billions of people in this world. Billions of people that you can connect with, billions of people that you can collaborate with, billions of people that you can just meet and be on your way. You don't have to create super attached relationships with everybody. But you also don't have to pretend like success equals loneliness, because it don't. It just doesn't, if you're honest. Some people hold themselves back for the silliest of reasons. But it's important to like recognize what you've accomplished in life. Appreciate who you are, like who you are, and if you don't, set better standards for yourself and change. It's just simple. It's that I feel like everything can be so simple, but people would rather make it hard so that when they don't win or when they don't finish, they have excuses that it wasn't simple enough, it wasn't easy, it was difficult, it was confusing, it was complicated. But in fact, like you can do anything. Like I said 6 months ago that I wanted to grow my hair. I think it's the same exact length. Not because I got a trim. I did get a trim. But it's the same length because I haven't been deconditioning it. It's like, girl, do what you need to do. Like, it's that simple. Do what needs to be done. I think people need to just calm down, take a break from everybody else's business, including like social media and stuff, and just write out what you want in life. 2 things. Just focus on 2 things at least. Like, if you want healthier living, I know a person that got $2,000 in food stamps, and they jam-packed their house with terrible food. You can go to any store and get food. I don't know why they're giving out so many food stamps to people, but I mean, it was just very interesting. I know I'm supposed to be talking about loneliness, but another topic that was interesting because I brought up the food stamp thing was how being in middle class is almost a waste of time. Like, you're fighting to stay above water, but people that are in poverty who could be like coasting while they're being supported by the government and things, they're just burying themselves deeper and deeper and deeper. And then the rich are like, if they know the right things, if they know the right loops, because they're connecting with people and they're getting knowledge and things, they're just living the life. I don't know. Start connecting with people. Figure out what you need to know in life. For me, tax loops, tax write-offs. Figure out what you need to know in life and then allow it to come into your life. If you want more friends that are fulfilling, figure out what you want from those relationships, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So figure this. I did a list a while back on what I need from relationships. Not what you want, what you need from relationships. I'll read mine. I'll prioritize simplicity, organization, growth, fun, support, love, ease, and I want a return from my relationships. Like, and a return from relationships when it comes to people is like, yes, I like to read. I like to learn things. I like to travel. Say my friend, she lives in Utah. Can she tell me things to do in Utah, or has she been in the house for 5 years straight? Like, where's the return? Like, do I have to do everything, or can I show up and then there be love for me, and then I'll be able to pour back, you know? Will it be reciprocal, pretty much? I want a return on my investment, because I know I'm going to show up giving, pouring love. I want a return on my investment. And that goes with money, my relationship with money. That goes with my relationship with my people, that goes in relationship with my customers. Like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna force customers to leave reviews, but you know, it would be nice to always have return. That's what I need from a relationship to consider it a relationship. Do you find out the lies and the truth it is in the Bible? No, I don't. I went to Catholic school. I used to ask nuns a lot of questions. They didn't have any answers. I wouldn't say they're lies. I would just say it's just like they're speaking in not code, but it's not what it appears to be. I'll say it like that. Like, there's hidden messages in the Bible. There's a lot of knowledge in the Bible, but you don't have to get it from the Bible. Like, you can get it from other places. Like, if you want to know about something, because someone commented about magic, high magic. I'm not talking about high magic on this channel. I'm just not. But if you want to know something, just be open to receiving it. Like, you can find books in your local library in the closed stacks, the stacks that they don't circulate anymore. You can find anything you want to, honestly. But yeah, I don't really touch on the Bible here. But things that I want from relationships that would make me just be like the icing on the cake would be expansion. Like, I would love to have a partner that wants to do business. Luckily, I found that. Pleasure, of course. Experiences that we both find fulfilling. Opulence and luxury. Those are wants. But you need to know your needs and your wants so that you can be open to receiving them. Because if you're just like, oh, I want friends. Okay, but what do you want from those friends? Like, do you not care about the standard of the friends? Do you not care about the quality? Do you just want quantity? You know, all of these things, you gotta really get in there with attention to detail with your life, and then be open to it. Because the first time I started getting reciprocation from friendships, it felt weird, felt transactional. Yeah, I've been married before. Leper, he was incompetent. But I talked about that before. I'll be married again soon. Stay tuned. But you are off topic. Loneliness is the topic, sir. But yeah, figure out what you want and get it. Not people. Not figure out who you want. Figure out what you want. Make a list. Stick to the foundational part of the list, including, like, if you want to marry, like, what do you want? Support. You probably want somebody that feels safe. You probably want somebody that doesn't lie, who's honest. Things like that. Stick to the basics. Because if you start getting too into detail, like, need them to be 7 feet tall, you need them to be real brown skin, I'm already taken. That's why I had to give that disclaimer. But if you need them to be specific, like name and everything, you might be disappointed. And it's not worth overachieving. When be realistic. If you were to write your goals and say you want to be a millionaire by tomorrow, and all you have planned today is watch YouTube videos and eat popcorn, that's not being realistic. You gotta do something. You gotta give to get. You gotta give to receive. So, set goals. Understand what you need and what you want out of relationships and out of people. What do you bring to the table? I know that's like a question that honestly caused a lot of people to feel offended, but you don't need to know what you bring to the table for other people. But you should know what you bring to the table for yourself. Because if it's not enough for you and you're lonely, how can it be enough for anybody else to bring to your table if you are the table, or whatever you want to say? Just, things to think about. Just remember, you're in charge of your life. So get to choosing, guys. All right. You can follow me on Instagram to figure out where I'm going, because I am on a road trip, but I gotta go. Get back on the road. But I'm out of here. Love you guys. Later. Oh, and the self program is still on sale. Feel free to check it out. JLizabeth.com.